What's up, beautiful people, to another episode of Pursuit of Destiny podcast. It's me, Ricky Jones Jr., back again for another video or episode, right? Depending on if you're watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast platforms. I am here with you all, and I want to say I appreciate you for being with us here today. And if it's your first time, please go ahead and subscribe. It would greatly do you a service because I'm here to deliver and to give you value. And for those that are listening on the podcast, go ahead and click that follow button, because I promise you, you will be attached to something that you want to be a part of, which is a group, a community of people that are pursuing their destiny. And you may be wondering, what is destiny? We believe that destiny is the life in which you were put here to live, right? And there are strategic things that are going to happen, that should happen, that will then chart the course of your destiny. And when you operate with your purpose, that allows for you to live within your destiny, which allow for life to be enjoyable. I won't say life will be easy, because obstacles will come. However, you'll always be able to get on your feet because you're doing what truly you were put on this earth to do, which is your purpose, right? And you may be thinking, oh man, destiny is too big of a thought to think of. Purpose, I don't know what it is. However, you do have passions, and passions are the things that you think about, the things that you see an opportunity for change in this world, things that you just love to do, right? You do them without anybody asking you to do them. You do them because you want to do them, and you always do them because you can do them and you're passionate about doing them. Well, I would challenge you to seek those things that you're passionate about, truly explore them, operate in them, start doing them more, doing them with other people, and you may come in contact with your purpose while living out your passions, okay? And then you'll be able to fast track your life and living out your destiny, okay? So hey, this is where all those things come about. We use words such as passion, purpose, and destiny to talk about life, because when we have those things aligned in our life, we live an enjoyable life. We live a fun life. We live a life that allows for time to go by so fast, because we don't realize what's happening, because we're enjoying each and every day. We're enjoying the opportunities that we get to live out our purpose when it comes in contact with other people. And because why? We're passionate about the things that we do. I promise you, you will not have a purpose that you are here to fulfill that you aren't passionate about, that you don't find excitement in doing, that you aren't fulfilled in doing it, because with purpose comes fulfillment, okay? And it's cool. We went on this, I won't call it a tangent, because I do believe it's necessary for those that are listening. However, we're here to talk about strategic plans and living a strategic life. We talked about it on Tuesday, a more in-depth type explanation of the affirmation that we did on Monday. But then on today, I want to talk about living it out, right? What does this even look like? What do you, Ricky, right? Me, talking to me while you are listening. Ricky, what are you going to do to live a strategic life, to live a life that you're a purpose to live? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I'm excited in large part because I have this platform to be able to share and to talk life through with you all. But more than anything, I'm excited about the future and the life that is to come. And one of the things that I'm very excited about, let me just walk it through to the grand announcement on the other end of what we're walking towards. But one of the things that I'm excited about and get excitement in is encouraging and motivating people. I love being able to be me. I'm a very high energetic type person, especially around other people. It's something amazing that happens when I'm around other people, or even talking to other people. I could even be through a video call, or even through text messages. I get excited when there's another person on the other end that I'm interacting with. And I say that to say, when nobody's around, pretty chill. I'm sitting down, chilling. But in it all, I say that to say, I love doing those things. I love exciting people, motivating people. I love doing weird things, weird to some, but exciting to me. But I like doing things that aren't the norm. That's a better way of saying it. I like doing things that aren't the norm to excite people, to make them laugh, to encourage them, to get them out of the situation they are in. Because people go through hard times. People really do. I'm a person. We all go through hard times. We all go through things that we weren't expecting to happen, that we weren't prepared for them, that when they happen, we weren't prepared for that, or something that we didn't think would happen, right? All those things happen to us all. However, the thought is that we have to have is, when those things come, how are we going to overcome, right? Because everything that comes your way isn't for your demise, isn't for your doom. However, I believe that each and everything that come your way is to fortify you, build you up, encourage you, strengthen you, and to get you to where God wants you to be, which is ultimately going along the destiny, right? You see how all those things come together? But in it all, I love doing those things. I love speaking. I love talking. Like, I love being in front of the crowd, talking, holding presentations, making speeches, hosting. I've done speaking and things in so many different ways. One of my favorite classes in high school, I didn't take it in high school, but in college, was my public speaking class. Like, I loved it. I lived for that class. I learned different things, yes, but I already knew that I had the ability to speak. I know that when I get before people, like, I don't stumble like some people do. Not bashing anybody, right? Everybody has their respective places of operations in this world. I believe that speaking is one of those things for me, because when I do it, it's I won't say it's effortless, because there is a prayer that I pray every time before I go before people. But in it all, it's fluid. In other words, it's fluid. I'm able to feed off what the crowd is or is not saying, or is not doing, but I'm able to get to my intended end, right? And that's even the beauty of just life in general, being strategic and knowing where you want to go, and then not allowing any circumstance or detour to take you from that ultimate goal. And so, hey, that's what it is with speaking as well. So I love that. I love speaking. I love people, right? I actually do genuinely love people, and I love people, like all types of people. There were a smaller group of people that I love, like my immediate circle. That was like my group, nobody else. But then I went to seminary school, this is when it happened. Not to say this is where it happens for everybody, but this is when it happened for me. And I prayed and I was like, God, help me to love all the way you love them. And with that prayer, I was able to be open up to seeing people in whole new lights, whole new dynamics, whole new perspectives. And I'm like really able to find ways to love even the toughest of people to love. And I say toughest because it all depends on who you're talking to, right? But for me, it's easy to love all people, right? When you have that, when I had that perspective, and like now I know my purpose, right? I will share that with you. My purpose is to love and to teach God's love everywhere that I go. So you often hear me talk about love. I threw the love sign out, right? That is love in sign language. When you walk into our home, there's this sign that says Love Jones, right? Love is pretty much everywhere in this house, in writing, but also in feeling as well. My prayer is that for each and every person that comes around me, not even necessarily to my home, but even just comes around me, is in my presence, they experience and feel love, that they walk away knowing that there's somebody that they love them, know what love sounds like, know what love will allow for them to accomplish, and aspire to love others, right? And so boom, those three things. However, it leads me to the fourth, which I don't even know. I was just trying to prolong. I guess I don't know what it was. But nonetheless, one of the things that I'm strategic about doing now and feel so much joy in even doing it, even before I have done it, right? I haven't done it yet, but we're here, right? You have to see a thing and speak a thing before you can live out that thing, right? You have to become what you want to be so that you can do what you want to do, so that you can have what you want to have, right? And so there's always that try. Man, God is so good, right? There's Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? There's always threes, right? But nonetheless, the three, right? Becoming, doing, and having. However, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Drum roll, please. I am excited because I am about to pursue. I don't even know like the word to go in front of it, but this is what I'm going to say. I am pursuing, right, the track of being a motivational speaker and a life coach. Ladies and gentlemen, man, the life coach part, that one, I'm still working with it, because what I really want to do within that sphere of influence, that's all it really is at the end of the day. This is somebody that has influence. What I want to be able to do is influence people, but also influence business owners, especially like startup or business owners that are between 0 to 5 years of life. I really want to be there for those people, because I know what it's like to be there. I know what it's like to overcome different circumstances and things that you will come across, because we all do as business owners, especially within that period. And I believe that really 0 to 7, because 7 is a number of completion, and I believe that you'll go through a number of things within that first 7 years that will fortify you, build you up, like the things that we talked about early in this podcast. However, they will build you up to be who you need to be and fortify who you are, so that from 8 years on, you'll always know, no, this is who I am, this is what I do. When circumstances come up, this is how we respond, and the list goes on, right? And so I want to be there for those people. So let's just talk, right? So even with that whole scope, there's a building. Well, even beyond the building, right? There's a desire to be able to have a co-working space. I want to call it like Pursuit of Destiny Arena, or the Pursuit of Destiny Forum, or I don't know, we'll work on the name. But nonetheless, I want this building to be a place in which business owners are able to be there, operate within. They have an office space to be able to operate, be around other entrepreneurs, business owners, and things like that within that first 7 years, right? And so after the 7 years, hey, we're going to make sure you're equipped, make sure you have the finances, make sure you have the wherewithal to be able to go into the office space or the arena in which you need to go in from here. However, within that first 7 years, we want to cultivate, we want to build you up, we want to encourage you, we want to have fireside chats. There's even I see it this way. Within this building, there's going to be an area in which we'll be able to talk, right? Kind of like in the shape of like a coliseum, where there's like a stage situation. There's like row seating going up from there, but we'll be able to have speeches, seminars, conventions, conferences, and things like that, even within the building itself. Also, that'll be a space where people are able to work and things like that. But even within that building, within that facility, we'll be able to grow. We'll be able to encourage each other. I'll be able to walk around the office facility, encouraging people, exciting people, motivating people, seeing where they are in their cells, seeing where they are in their calling, seeing where they are with staff and employees, see where they are as far as scope around the world. But then also too, they'll be able to do those things as well. So that's even like within the sphere of like life coach. So that's why I said life coach, because that's the first word that came to mind. However, that's what that encompasses, not only for business owners, but also for individuals as well. I see so many different people in my life, in my immediate life right now, right? And so I know where I am right now, but I know where God would have for me to be. And I know that people along the way, and I say the way, right, my destiny, I'll come in contact with people that just need encouraging words. They just need motivation. They just need support. And I know that I have the words to be able to say, because I'm sourced by God that has everything, all things, that knows all things. So I know that whomever I come in contact with, that the right words will be said. I believe, just as my pastor believed, that if you spend 15 minutes around me and or with me, that your life will be the better because of it. He believed it. I believe it, and those things and opportunities will come about, right? But then even with that, motivational speaking, like I said, I love speaking. Even when I started accepting the thought of what that would look like and the possibilities of what that could be, I started getting speeches, right? Speeches started coming to my mind, thank you, Lord, and I started writing those things down, right? I have like 3 or 4 speeches already. One of the ones that I love the most right now is the one entitled The Other Side, or On the Other Side, which all has to do with making a choice, making a decision, and what life will be like on the other side. But nonetheless, I'm excited, great people. I'm excited, and I'm excited to be able to share this with you all, because another one of my goals is to be able to track my progress through YouTube, because I love YouTube in a sense where it allows for people all around the world to be connected with people, right? And so I want to be able to show the journey, and showing the journey, hopefully empowering, equipping, or motivating others to take their next steps, right? To be able to see what's on the other end, on the other side of a decision, right? And so here's the decision. I thought about life. What does life look like for me? Where do I want to be? What do I want to do? God, what is it that you want me to be? What is it that you want me to do? That's what came up. Okay, all right, I accept it. Let me start writing those things out. Let me see what that looks like, because thought is a thing that happens in the spirit realm, right? We can't pick up a thought. We can't hold a thought. It's not tangible. However, when I started writing those things down, when I wrote down motivational speaking, when I wrote down life coach, when I wrote down the business, the building, and having the businesses there, those things became tangible, right? And when things become tangible, then you'll be able to experience it in the physical. So here we are, sharing thoughts, right, that I have written down. However, you'll be able to see that journey. And I want you all to mark this day. Mark this day, because there will be a day in the times and the days ahead where I'll be able to look back on this video and say, oh man, I did say that. But here I am saying that I will speak in schools, that I will speak in conferences and seminars where there are hundreds of people, thousands of people, 5 people. Like I'm there for them. I'm there for the one person that may show up, right? But then there will be coliseums, there will be stadiums, there will be arenas in which I'll be able to speak in and share and motivate, equip, and inspire people that are listening. I'll be able to do things via online, digitally, right? Where hundreds of thousands of people can assemble thanks to the internet and the power that is within the internet, right? There's power out there. But then outside of that, man, I'm excited for the lives that will be changed. I definitely want to get into schools, largely because I believe in the future, and I know the future is held by those that are coming up, and the children truly are our future. There's songs that always get me, right? And one of the songs is, I don't know the name of it, but it's Whitney Houston, and she says I believe that children are our future. It gets me every time. That song and Man in the Mirror, those songs by Michael Jackson. 2 greats, man. Thank you, Whitney. Thank you, Michael. However, those 2 songs get me. But I say all that to say, I truly believe that children are our future. And I believe that if you equip them, if you empower them, if you show them and allow for them to truly experience love, that there are no limits to what they'll be able to do, accomplish, visualize mentally. Imagine, just think about that, right? If they were able to have all of those things in their lives, their imagination would just be phenomenal. And what happens in your imagination is ultimately what will manifest in your life, take place in the physical. And so, hey, I'm going to be there for them because I want for them to be there for us and to have for us a better place than what we have right now. And so we'll go. I'm here. My name is Ricky Jones Jr., ladies and gentlemen. I'm a motivational speaker. Oh man, amongst many other things, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, inventor. I have different inventions and things that I want to do as well, but I definitely want to start with the motivational speaking track so that I can be before those people that will in turn be the ones that can help me, right? I truly believe that you don't get without giving, and I want to be able to give hope, motivation, and inspiration to those that are listening, and in turn they'll be able to work with me and allow for us to live out a better day and a better life. So with that being said, great people, it's all about strategy. It's all about being strategic in the life, in the purpose that you are to live, and the things that you are to do. And even with that, with this podcast specifically, it's not going anywhere. We'll still do affirmations, we'll still do applications to the affirmation, talk those things out, but then too, we'll see what happens after that. I do want to do some interviews. We have one coming up on Saturday, which I'm also excited about. Me and my great friend Gamish, we've been talking for so long about doing interviews, and different things have come up that had prohibited us from being able to do so. However, we have solidified that bad boy, and that will be coming up, like I said, on Saturday after lovely wifey does her Friday videos. And so with that being said, great people, let's live a strategic life, right? When you have a thought of what you want to do, write that thing down, start making plans, start having goals so that you can have plans that will allow for you to accomplish those goals that you have, and let each day be strategic and calculated so that you can accomplish the things in which you written down. So with that being said, great people, I love you all. I truly do. Y'all know where I'm coming from when I say that. It's just not a saying, but it's a feeling that I feel, and I hope it is expressed through whatever avenue or whatever medium you are receiving this message through. And as we always say, don't just live life. However, we want you to pursue destiny daily. Till next time, peace.